Hawkeye episode 6 season finale. Let's review this, but before I get into that, you guys already know what to do. Smash that like button, and yeah, let's get started. So I have in my notes here, let's talk about, let's start off with the fight scenes in this episode, because the fight scenes was really great, and the fight scenes overall, in general in the show, but in this episode, was really great. The fight scene between Kate and Yelena on the elevator, starting off in the elevator, fighting through the office. Yelena jumping out the window, and the final battle with the trick arrows was great. You know, I love how they use the show to show how you don't need any superpowers to really do something special. Had the montage of them making trick arrows for the final battle. That was great. But yeah, that was really, really great. Like, the fight scenes in this episode was really handled well. What else? That was really all I talk about with the fight scenes. Now let's talk about the individual characters, because in this episode they was really great. Well, overall, but especially in this episode. So let's talk about Yelena Belova, because she is always amazing in not every Marvel movie she's in, but chasing after her. Like, that whole scene was great. The final battle with the trick arrows was great. You know, I love how they use the show to show how you don't need any superpowers to really do something special. You know, so I love when they had the montage of them making trick arrows for the final battle. That was great. But yeah, that was really, really great. Like, the fight scenes in this episode was really handled well. What else? That was really all I talk about with the fight scenes. Now let's talk about the individual characters, because in this episode they was really great. Well, overall, but especially in this episode. So let's talk about Yelena Belova, because she is always amazing in not every Marvel movie she's in, but the scenes that she's in, when it comes down to these Marvel shows and Black Widow, she's just amazing. The fight scene in the elevator, the fight scene in the office, her emotional scene with Clint talking about Natasha's death and him finally coming clean about what happened. You know, all that. Yelena Belova was just fantastic within this episode. Was really, really great. Now, let's talk about Kate for a second. Because Kate, anytime for her, she's always great, whatever she's in. But this really got me excited for her future as Hawkeye. By the end of the episode, you know, she's now, I guess, going to be training with Clint. You know, so I'm really excited to see what she can bring to the table as Hawkeye. And she was really great in this episode, too. To her fight scenes, to her back and forth with Clint, with Yelena. All that stuff with Kate in this episode was great. The final, well, not the final fight scene, but the fight scene between Kate and Kingpin was really, really great. But yeah, let's talk about Kingpin now, because he was really, really great in this episode. He's actually really kind of one of the big things that I want to get down in this review, because he was great. Now, you gotta obviously tell that he's been watered down just a little bit, but they still kept a lot of the things that they did in the Daredevil TV series is carried over here. Now, I know a lot of people are going to complain. D'Onofrio is great as Kingpin. You can tell why they didn't recast him, because he's just incredible in this role. But from Kingpin in this kind of couple episodes that we saw him in, you gotta really start to see how they're going to do the rest of the Netflix characters. We got a snippet of that in Spider-Man No Way Home. With seeing Matt Murdock. And I'm so excited for the rest of the Daredevil characters to be in the MCU. We're going to see Matt Murdock again. In the Echo series. More of the Daredevil characters are going to be in that series. And also, he's supposed to be having a supporting role in She-Hulk. But yeah, other than that, Kingpin was great. You can see how they're going to do the rest of the Netflix Daredevil characters, and yeah, I'm so excited for their future. But yeah, about his character because they watered him down, but it's not really for me, honestly. They kept a lot of the aspects of the Daredevil TV series in Kingpin with his entrance in the Hawkeye series. We also got that comic book kind of related stuff with him and Echo. That was just great. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited to see where Kingpin goes from here. You know, at the end of the episode, we see Echo. He shoots him, but we all know he's not dead. But yeah, let's talk about my favorite character throughout the TV, throughout this Hawkeye run, throughout this season is Echo. Because Echo has always been one of my favorite characters straight out the jump. Like, she's just really, really great. I'm so excited for her Echoes, a solo Disney Plus series. But yeah, her scenes, it wasn't a lot for her to do in this episode, but the scenes that she did have was really great. The scene with Kingpin at the beginning and the end of the episode, her fight scene with Kazi, that was just great. Like, I continue and will continue to say Echo is one of my favorite characters in this episode. But yeah, we also got the LARPers in this episode, which is always fantastic. It's always great to see the LARPers. They're funny. They're just great characters all around. We also got the Swordman back in this episode. They showed off some of his skills, which is great. Kate's mother went to jail, and now I don't know what's going to be. I don't know what's going to happen to her, but yeah, all around fantastic episode. They didn't really tease us a lot. Well, they didn't tease us at all with, except for the Kate stuff, and I guess you could say the Echo, but not really. But yeah, it wasn't really any big tease. What's to come for our characters going forward, which I'm kind of disappointed, but hey, again, another fantastic episode. I'm so excited for the future of these characters. Clint, Kate, Yelena, especially Echo too as well. But yeah, another fantastic episode. I definitely give this episode A minus. Again, not really things I really didn't like in this episode. Again, I don't really think that this finale really stuck the landing. Again, I think everything in this episode was great. I just didn't think that this episode really struck the landing for me. But yeah, other than that, an A plus. But yeah, I want to kick it off to you guys. What do you guys think of this Hawkeye episode 6 finale? And yeah, with that being said, I'll see all you Hawkeyes in the next. Well, this is my final review on Hawkeye. I'll see you guys in the next video.